Everyone to First Thursday's presentation. This is our Take Action presentation, and our topic today is Move More, Eat Better, and Stress Less. Today's session will be recorded and will be made available as a follow-up. So I'd like to welcome everyone today. I'm here with the EDWS team. I'm Cheryl Johnson Ransaw, the director, joined by Tony Pelote, Health and Wellness Coordinator, and Ryan Smith, Wellness Program Administrator. And we're just happy to gather today to talk about what has been an important topic we've been discussing throughout really the last couple of years during this COVID-19 pandemic, and that is focusing on self-care, the practice of self-care. And for today, though, we are particularly focused on three primary areas of practicing self-care, and we will be addressing stress management, exercise, physical activity, and nutrition. And certainly, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to use the chat box as we go through this session today, and we will monitor that and invite you to certainly give us input if you'd like. Our first focus for today is one of just talking about practicing self-care as it relates to stress management. And April is actually Stress Awareness Month, and we are definitely highlighting this topic, but definitely also see it as a topic that is critical to promote throughout the year. This is not something that's just isolated for 1 month out of the year, but because of this time of year, we do want to just talk about different ways of managing stress. And we know that one size does not fit all, and certainly for today, this is a condensed presentation doing some highlights and some key areas that we think apply to everybody, and starting with a lot of basics that we tend to take for granted. But in terms of managing stress, I'd like to just highlight 5 main tips for today, starting with getting proper rest and sleep. And clearly, if people are not getting proper rest and sleep, then that has a tremendous impact on how the rest of the day follows, and the rest of your life might as well. And it's one of those areas, again, that we sometimes take for granted, but the message here is one of really encouraging that if you find that you're having difficulty resting and sleeping, then that may be something to get checked out. And certainly it's not something to ignore. And so this is about take action and looking at what steps can be taken that are within your control. And certainly starting with just monitoring your sleep patterns is a good way to start off. The second tip is one of just encouraging that people create a regular work-life routine. And we know that sometimes that's easier said than done, but we want to touch on the key areas that need to be addressed when you're looking at trying to create a work-life routine and schedule. And certainly after I wrap up the stress management portion of today, we will hear from my teammates who will talk about it, exercise and healthy diet, because these are the 3 key areas that are just so critical for helping to manage stress. And again, it's about looking at what is within your control. What can you do? Some things need to be adjusted, obviously, day to day, week to week, depending on circumstances that are not always in your control. But again, the bottom line message here is one of the best approach to be proactive and look at getting organized, and certainly making the adjustments as you can. And noting too that as we're in this pandemic era of transitions and change, that that is something to take into account that cannot be ignored either in terms of making those adjustments, but proactively look at how you approach your day-to-day in terms of work life. The third tip is one of just learning to relax and recharge. And as we talk about creating a routine, that too is something that needs to be built into the day-to-day in terms of balancing. And for people, there are different approaches to that, different interests, different needs. But the approach here is one of starting the day-to-day on a positive note, trying to identify those factors that are positive in your life and being grateful and experience and practice gratitude when possible, because that too can have an impact on how the day continues. Mindfulness is something that is a practice in itself and can be approached in different ways, but this too is one of just taking time to reflect, taking time to just take inventory of where you are in your life journey. And as you take that time, know that that's important in terms of how you continue the rest of your day-to-day and all of the responsibilities that go along with that. The fourth tip is one around building support and strengthening those personal and professional relationships. And so here the key is a support system, and certainly starting with looking at close family, friends, colleagues, and building on that. And there are times when all of us may need more support than other times in our lives, but particularly in this challenging period in our lives, we know that this is a critical factor in terms of coping and managing stress and not isolating. And although it may be challenging in terms of staying connected with people and maintaining those relationships, this is another opportunity that we've had to try to get creative and look at how we can approach that in different ways. But the bottom line is about maintaining those connections. And the last tip in terms of managing stress is ask for help if needed. And certainly health can be defined in a number of ways depending on circumstances, individual situations, and stressors that may be at play. Professional help certainly is key, but tying it back to just that support system, sometimes it's about just opening up and sharing and reaching out and letting people know when you can use some assistance, whether it's personally or professionally. And as we transition to the next slide, certainly want to leave a takeaway message in terms of some key benefits and resources that are available in the way of support, in the way of help that's available, starting within EDWS. So we have faculty and staff assistants that I coordinate. That is our internal EAP. This is a confidential program that is available to all Georgia State employees and retirees and eligible family and household dependents. And so this is a good resource to consider in terms of first steps for seeking consultations, whether it's for exploring the need for other referrals or some short-term counseling as well. Crisis management services are available, but it's about just covering any and all kinds of personal and or work-related concerns. KeyPro is our external EAP vendor, and we certainly encourage that people take that into account in terms of thinking about help that's available at no cost, providing short-term counseling, work-life resources. This is provided through the university system, and there's an opportunity to seek those services 24 hours, 7 days a week. And finally, within our offerings for wellness for all of the university community, we have been facilitating snack and share support groups. And these support groups started a couple of years ago when the COVID-19 hit us, and we've just continue to offer it as an opportunity for people to gather in a virtual space, a different way of approaching and connecting in terms of providing support, but giving people an opportunity to come together and share work-life concerns, and to see that as another opportunity for building a support system as well. All right. So we're going to transition now. I'm going to turn it over to Tony for the next slide.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. And yeah, we're just going to kind of build on and elaborate on some of the things that Cheryl has previously mentioned. A big part of work-life balance and just improving our overall health is exercise. There are scientifically so many different benefits that have been proven that exercise has on our health and on our bodies, but we're just going to talk about a few of those benefits. And starting off with the impact on our mental health. There's a lot of positives that exercise can have on our mental health. It can help impact feelings of depression and anxiety. It can help relieve stress, as well as improve our memory. So these first 3 points all have to do with just our mental health and how exercise can benefit those things. It definitely can help us with mental clarity as well as focus. And so if you can find time throughout your day, even just to take 5 minutes to, take a deep breath in, walk for a little bit, do a little bit of stretching at your desk, you may notice that it will improve your clarity. It may help you feel more focused in your next meeting or in your next presentation. But taking the time and dedicating that time can help you in the long run. We know that the pandemic, just so many different things going on in the world, right? Our own personal lives, financial stress, family stress. There are a lot of different things that can contribute to stress, to depression, to anxiety. And so exercise can be something that can help you combat those things in a healthy way. Down to our 4th point, it helps improve sleep, which is something that was already mentioned, right? Having a great sleeping schedule or sleeping habits can greatly impact not only how we feel mentally, but definitely how we feel physically. If you are even on a weight loss journey and you're trying to maybe lose some weight, having a proper sleep schedule also impacts that. And so making sure you get adequate rest at night, as well as quality rest. And maybe you can't get a lot of hours in, but the few hours that you do get to rest, you want those things to be quality. And so exercising throughout your day can help you to have a better rest at night, can help you to sleep more through the night without waking up. And lastly, it can help improve your mood and your energy levels. Maybe you notice that throughout your day, your coffee wears off. Maybe around that lunchtime hour, you start to feel really tired and lethargic. So getting up and, doing a few squats at your desk, or even jumping up and down for like 30 seconds, getting out and grabbing some water at the water fountain or taking the stairs. These little moments of activity can help increase your energy in the middle of your day, and as well as increase your mood. When you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, which is that happy feeling. It puts you in a good mood and in a better mental space. So exercise has a lot of benefits, and finding the time throughout your day can really help you have a better day and a more productive day. So as we move to the next slide, we're going to talk about some of the things that we offer as the EDWS apartment during the day that you can participate in when it comes to exercise and physical activity. We offer virtual Fun Fitness Fridays. This is a short 20-minute workout that is offered bi-weekly, so it's offered twice a month. We have a variety of different workouts that are offered during this time, but it's, again, only 20 minutes, so it's not too long, but it allows you in the middle of your workday to get up and get active and get moving. Hopefully, again, feel a little bit more energized, have a little bit more mental clarity as you continue throughout your day. And we do have a session this upcoming Friday, so tomorrow, if you would like to join us at 12 o'clock. Next, we have virtual mini stretch breaks. This is a quick little stretch break in the middle of your day, again around that 12 o'clock hour. It's only 15 minutes, nothing too taxing or too long, but as we sit at our desk a lot, as we are on the computer, as we just can sometimes lead more sedentary lifestyle habits, you may notice that you have back pain or neck pain, or you just feel really tight, or your muscles just, you don't feel very flexible. So taking a few minutes to stretch can really impact your flexibility and just any soreness or pain points that you may have. And so we do offer this stretch break to help alleviate some of those things, as well as get you up and moving during the day. And lastly, specifically with this month, we have some special walk and talks that we are doing on our perimeter campuses. So if you are on the Decatur or the Clarkston campus, we're coming to your campus. We're going to get out and go for an afternoon walk. Enjoy the fresh spring air, have some light refreshments and snacks. And so we'll be on the Decatur campus on April 20th at 12 p.m. and on the Clarkston campus on April 29th at 10 a.m. So hopefully you can join us for those walks if you're on those campuses. And we also offer walk and talks here on the Atlanta campus throughout the month. So definitely be on the lookout for those things. And maybe you are wanting to get started in your wellness journey. You're wanting to really focus in on your mental health, focus in on exercise or diet and nutrition, but you're overwhelmed or you're not sure where to start, or you just want a little bit more guidance, we do offer health coaching services. So this is a one-on-one session focused on personalized SMART goals. And SMART goals are just a way to practically and deliberately really plan out how you're going to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. And so maybe you're wanting guidance in active lifestyle planning, or being more physically active, or exercising more, or guidance on dietary goal setting, stress management skills, or just developing healthy habits that incorporate all three of those things. This is something you have access to as a Georgia State employee. We do offer in-person and online appointments for your convenience. So if you're wanting a bit more guidance, a little bit more help, or just accountability, it's a service you definitely should look into. And I'm going to now turn it over to Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony, and good morning, everyone. So I'm just going to be talking about nutrition here briefly, and we wanted to give some practical self-care tips for nutrition as well, since that is an important component of self-care overall in your well-being. One of the main things I want to draw attention to is our e-magazine, which we publish a lot of different articles on, focusing on various health observances, but one of the great features that I get to contribute to is our healthy recipe bank. So if you haven't been to our e-magazine, it's available at healthylifestyle.gsu.edu. And from the top, you can actually click on the Healthy Recipes tab, and you'll see a full page of all the healthy recipes we've done from past cooking demonstrations. They're designed to be low in calories to help with weight management and weight maintenance. They're rich in vitamins and minerals, great source of fruits and vegetables, just a really great way to meal prep, power through your day, and fuel your body. So I want to encourage everyone to check that out. And we'll include these slides with these links in a follow-up email after today's presentation. Another goal you can make to just start making some small changes in your diet is to start aiming to make your meals match this plate on the right side of the screen a little bit more. A lot of Americans do not get enough vegetables in their day. So a simple goal is to make half of your plate non-starchy vegetables. So we're thinking things like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, cucumbers, lettuce, greens, tomatoes. There's so many different vegetables out there that you can enjoy, and trying to build your meal around half your plate being vegetables will do a lot for your health. Another big aspect of nutrition is just taking the time to plan your meals and snacks in advance. When we get busy, when we get stressed, it can be difficult to make healthy decisions when it comes to food. I'm sure we've all had days where we're really busy at work trying to get things done, and all of a sudden we realize, our stomach's growling, we're hungry, we need something to fuel our body. And if we wait until that moment happens, it can be pretty difficult to make good decisions. But if you take a little bit of time, maybe on a Sunday or on a weekday evening when things are a little calmer, to plan some lunches, to plan some snacks in advance and meal prep, it can set you up for success for the rest of the week. This kind of ties back into our healthy recipe catalog as well, because those recipes are designed to be made in batches to help you have lunches for the whole week. Our fourth tip is to stay hydrated. I know a lot of us are working on goals like that to try to drink more water throughout the day. Water is so important for our body. It is fueling really pretty much every process that we have going on. And sometimes when we get focused on things, we may forget to drink water or we may not drink enough. And the weather's starting to heat up a little bit here as we get closer into summer. Water is going to be especially important. And the best way to hydrate is with water or another 0-calorie drink. So if you are, doing something, sometimes they have those little flavor add-ins, or you might be doing a sugar-free tea or things like that. Those are going to be healthy options. And I saw Cheryl just posted a link in the chat. So that is a link to our e-magazine. If you want to click on that, explore the articles, and that healthy recipe tab is located at the top of the screen there, and you'll be able to explore all the recipes we have posted. And then just tying back into what Tony mentioned, we also have the option to schedule a nutrition coaching with the EDWS dietitian, which is myself. So if you are interested in getting some one-on-one work, coming up with a nutrition plan, setting some goals for yourself to help work on things, shoot us an email at edws@gsu.edu and we can get you set up for that. In terms of some of our programs, I did want to point out just a few more things. We have, I mentioned, live cooking demonstrations that we do virtually. So you can tune in from your house, you can tune in from the office, wherever you may be. We do those on Thursdays at 12 p.m. Every other week. So twice a month, we'll have one of those cooking demonstrations. Our next one will be a week from today, and there's a registration link provided there. So it's a great way to learn a healthy new recipe. We always have people participating in the chat and posting their ideas for ways that they might customize the recipe and make it their own. So really encourage you to join us for that. We also offer health screenings with some of our campus partners, including the School of Nursing. These are monthly health consultations and screenings where you can come by and visit us and get your blood pressure, BMI checked. We do body fat percentage. So we'll actually be doing one of those today, and I'll talk about that and the details of it in just a slide or two. So we'll circle back around to that. And then, like I mentioned, we have our e-magazine, which we posted a link to in the chat that includes nutrition tips and recipes, resource links, and highlights some monthly health observances that you can learn more about. So how to contact us. Our regular office hours are Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. If you're experiencing an emergency or a crisis and need assistance right away, there is a phone number available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that's listed there. That is the crisis hotline. So if you're experiencing something, you can always reach out to that number. If you're not experiencing an emergency, we do have our other phone number provided below, and our office location is 75 Piedmont Ave, Suite 360. We always welcome visitors to stop on by, talk to us for a little bit. If you want to pop in and see about learning more about our services, see if we can set up a health coaching appointment, we can absolutely do that. Or you can contact us by phone or by the email listed. Our website is also linked there, where we've got a list of all of our services and events that you can learn more about. And you'll find a link to our wellness calendar there as well. The wellness calendar includes links to all of our different events, from our virtual workouts, our cooking demonstrations, our snack and share support group, guided meditation and yoga, and more. So we definitely want to encourage people to check that out. And lastly, like I mentioned, we are doing a First Thursdays health screening today from 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. here on the Atlanta campus. We'll be at the Urban Life building in the West Exhibit Hall, which is located at 140 Decatur Street. Today, we're going to be doing blood pressure, BMI, and body fat percentage health screenings, and just handing out some health information. So if you'd like to come by and get that info checked, we'd love to help you out with it. Or if you just want to stretch your legs a little bit, get some extra movement in, you can take a walk, come visit us. We love to just say hi to people and check in and see how they're doing. We will have some interns from the School of Nursing supporting us today. So if you want to come out and support them as well, give them the opportunity to take your blood pressure. They're always getting their hours and practicing. We'd love to see you there. So that concludes our slides for today's presentation. I do want to pause a moment and just check the chat to see if we have any questions. Right, and I see a question about how and who do we contact to set up those SMART goals. So going back to our health coaching slide here, like Tony mentioned, these are one-on-one sessions that we're able to do to set up these specific style of goals that can help you achieve success with whatever areas of health or well-being you might be working on. So this is part of our health coaching program. So if you are interested, again, those health coaching appointments can be in person and they can also be online or virtual. So if you work in a busy schedule or you're at a perimeter campus, we can do it over Teams or WebEx or even just a phone call, whatever works best for you. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to put our email here in the chat. You can reach out to us by email and email us at edws@gsu.edu. Let us know what type of health changes or goals you're looking to work on, whether it's nutrition, physical activity, stress management, or all of the above. And we'll connect you with the right person to help set up an appointment and get you started with making some SMART goals. And I am looking through the chat right now. Tony, do you see any additional questions or comments that I might have missed?
No, I do not.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for attending today and listening to our presentation. Again, we have our health screenings coming up here in just about an hour and a half. We'll be there at the Urban Life West Exhibit Hall. So we hope to see you. We hope you have a great rest of your day and keep an eye out in your email. We'll be sending a copy of this PowerPoint with the resources that we talked about today, as well as a link to the recording in case you want to share it with a colleague. That being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.